Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to completely tear down the biological mechanics of contraception. We're treating the human reproductive system just like a massive, complex piece of engineering. We really want to see exactly how different methods intercept human reproduction. This way, you don't just memorize the what, you actually understand the precise how.
Here's our rapid-fire roadmap for today. We'll start with a dual protection dilemma, move right into hormonal vault locks, physical barricades, and surgical highways. Then, we'll clear up some common pitfalls and wrap up with your essential exam takeaways. Let's dive in.
Starting off with Section 1, the dual protection dilemma between pregnancy and STIs.
I want you to ask yourself right now, if you look at absolutely all the available tools in modern medicine, which method actually solves both of these biological problems simultaneously?
Well, before we can answer that, we really need to define our baseline here. Contraception refers to specialized methods designed specifically to prevent pregnancy. But here is the major catch. These methods offer wildly varying degrees of protection against STIs. Think about it. Preventing a microscopic sperm cell versus preventing a viral transmission, those require completely different mechanical interventions. It's literally the biological difference between trying to stop a physical tank and trying to stop a computer virus.
Moving to Section 2, hormonal methods, or what we call locking the vaults to prevent ovulation. The macroaction of just swallowing a birth control pill triggers a massive microbiological shift inside the body. These pills basically act as an internal chemical security system, making absolutely sure the egg never leaves the ovarian vault. It essentially tricks the system into thinking the vault is already completely closed for business. And hey, no ovulation means no egg is released into the system at all, making fertilization entirely impossible. This process follows a very strict logical sequence. First step, hormones are introduced. Second, the entire internal chemistry is altered. Third, ovulation gets completely suppressed. And finally, that vault stays locked tight. No egg is released. Tracking this chronological flow makes it super clear how hormones stop fertilization before it can even initiate. All right, Section 3, mechanical barricades. These are your physical roadblocks. Now, unlike hormones that mess with the internal environment, mechanical barriers act as a literal, hard physical wall. Condoms and diaphragms, they're basically the bouncers at a club door. They stop sperm cells dead in their tracks before they can ever cross the threshold to reach the egg. And let me tell you, this bouncer does not take bribes. Which brings us right back to our opening question. Look at the protection types here. Because condoms act as a hard, physical barricade against fluid transfer, they are the single, unique method that provides dual protection against both pregnancy and STIs. Hormones? They only stop the egg. Physical barriers? They block the fluid exchange entirely.
Section 4, surgical pathways. Let's talk about permanent highway closers. Procedures like a vasectomy or a tubal ligation are true, permanent engineering solutions. They physically sever and tie off the exact routes required for the sperm or the egg to travel. It is the biological equivalent of permanently blowing up a highway bridge just to stop traffic. So once that surgical procedure is initiated, the literal pathways are severed. It shifts from an open flow to a hard, permanent dead end in the reproductive pathway. No way across.
Okay, Section 5. Let's clear up some common pitfalls and myths that trip people up. A hugely common mistake, especially on exams, is misunderstanding spermicides. Yes, they chemically neutralize sperm, but they completely lack a solid, impermeable wall. Because they don't actually block fluid from entering the uterus, they totally fail as a barricade against infections. It's like having a security guard who can disarm an intruder, but then accidentally leaves the front door wide open for everyone else. So the absolutely crucial takeaway here: altering your internal chemistry locks the egg vault with incredible efficiency, for sure, but it leaves that front door wide open for STI transmission. You just cannot rely on a chemical lock to do the job of a physical bouncer. And then, of course, there's the withdrawal method. This approach lacks any reliable biological roadblock whatsoever. Without a structural, chemical, or physical intercept firmly in place, it drops down to a highly ineffective systemic intercept. It's a major, major pitfall in real-world family planning. Finally, Section 6, exam tips and takeaways. Let's build a rapid logic tree. You can literally use this logic tree to systematically nail the right answers on your tests. Step 1, identify your target variable. Are you trying to solve for pregnancy or STIs? Step 2,
categorize the mechanism. Are we locking the vault hormonally, building a physical barricade mechanically, or blowing up the highway surgically? Using this simple framework helps you eliminate wrong answers incredibly fast.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty wild thought. We've mapped out the physical, chemical, and surgical limits of our current intercepts. But if humanity relies so heavily on just one single physical method, the condom, for dual protection, what in the world does the next evolution of reproductive control look like? How might future biological engineering completely rewrite this flowchart? Something to think about. Keep questioning the mechanics, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.